what's up guys? John here, and in today's lesson I want to show you 5 of my go-to blues ending licks. A lot of people jam the 12-bar blues and they're going along and they're playing it and then they're all looking at each other going, okay, how do we end? And so these licks are super important to have in place that you can just drop in and have a strong ending. So let me show you the first one. It's what I just played for the intro, and it sounds like this. So we're in the key of E, and it's basically based off a blues scale sort of idea. It's 8th notes and starts on the and of 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So you're going to start on that 3rd fret of the high E string, 1 and then you'll play open E, 3rd fret of the B string, open B, 3rd fret of the G string, 2nd fret, same string, open. So on that string we have 3 notes, 3, 2, 0. And then you're going to play the 2nd fret of the D string, and you'll notice that that is your blues scale. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. All the way down to the root there, and then play open D. And now we skip a string. We come down to the low E string, play the 3rd fret, you can give it a little bend, and then play open E. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And then if you want, you can play an E chord, or I like this E6, which is open, 2, 2, 1, 2, open. So in context, I've got coming, say, from your 5 chord, the B7, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So that's a good one just to drop in. In the key of E. Okay, let's go on to the key of G. And this one I got from T-Bone Walker. This is how he ends his version of Call It Stormy Monday, you know, the original writer of that song. It's blues in the key of G. Sounds like this. Classic T-Bone Walker chord on the end there with that 9th. So we're in the key of G. We'd start, say, from a D chord to your C chord. And now here's the lick. It starts on the root note, 5th fret of the D string, and you go 1 and 2, and you go up the octave to the 3rd fret of the E string. So 1 and 2, and then you're going to play 6 on the B string, 3 on the B string, 5 on the G string, 3, 4, all still on the G string, and end the single note line back on the note that you started, the root. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and this is a cool thing where you're in the key of G, but you play the chord up a half step. A flat 9, G9. Okay, so all together from the D chord. And I like sliding into that. Or you could go, or slide down. There's a lot of variations, but that's a T-Bone Walker blues ending for lick number 2. All right, let's go back to the key of E for lick number 3, and this one's going to be sort of a la Freddie King, another great blues player, of course. This is how he ends Hideaway. So you got and this starts again on the 3rd fret Notice a lot of these have that emphasis on the and a 1. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and... Okay, so this lick starts on the 3rd fret, E string, 3, 2, 0, then play 2 on the B string, and then walk back up those same notes, 0, 2, 3, this time all the way up to 4. So 1. And then you play low E, and you can play, you know, this is the 3rd fret and the 4th fret on the strings E and B, and you're moving into, which is basically, you know, an E chord here. You know, or you could also play dominant 9th chords, which is a cool ending to that too. So that's lick number 3. Now lick number 4 is going to move to the key of A. This is another common guitar player blues key. Sounds like this. So that's going to start again on the and of 1, but we're going to be in the key of A, so we'll start up here on the 8th fret of the E string. 1, and give it a little pull, and then play 5 on that same string, 8 on the B string, 5 on the B string, and then play 7, 5, 6 on the G string. So you're sort of encircling this C sharp note. This is like a little figure that you hear all the time. Then you play the root note, A, on the 7th fret of the D string, then 7 on the A string, 5 on the A string, 4 on the A string. So that's a nice little lead in. There's your resolution. Then you can just play, you know, maybe again that dominant 9th chord, which would be starting on the A string, 4, 5, 4, 5. Sometimes I put my thumb on there too. Tough chord to play, but sounds cool. So that would be A9. And I got one more for you. This one I got from Tommy Emmanuel. I saw him play this in just a YouTube video, and I thought, oh, that's a cool lick. I'm going to transcribe it. Okay, so again, key of A, you know. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the lick. We're going to start with a double stop on the 5th fret, 5 and 5 on strings B and E, then another double stop on 8 and 8 on the G and B strings. Then move it down to 7 and 7. 1 and 2 and 3. And then that last little bit is 5 and 5 on the G and the B strings, another double stop, this time with a hammer to 6 on the G string. So 1 and 2 and 3. And then you play 7, 5 on the D string, and you play open D, just as like a little filler, and then you do this line, da, 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 but it's harmonized with these cool 3-note chords, these triads. So that would be 6 on the A string, 4 on the D string, and 5 on the G string. And then you move it down 1 fret to 5, 3, 4, and then resolve to your first inversion A chord, which is going to be 4, 2, 2, starting on the A string, 3rd finger, 4th fret, 1st finger doing a little bar, covering D and G strings. This is your A over C sharp, is what you could call that. And then if you want, you can play This, again, a dominant ninth, really bluesy sound to me. Open A string, 11 on the D string, 12, 12, 12 on strings G, B, and E. So we've got from those triads. So all together, in the last 4 bars of the blues, 2, 3, 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and... Alright guys, thanks so much for watching and thanks for your support. I really hope that you learned something in this video and you can take some of these licks and work them into your own playing. If you want to click on the link below, you can get over 100-page PDF book that I wrote called Melodic Expressions, and it's all just licks over major, minor, and dominant chords. You can get that for free by signing up for the newsletter. Alright, I'm John MacLennan, and make sure you subscribe. We got videos dropping every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Guitar tips, solo performances, and lessons. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you in the next lesson.